Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody, and along with my long-distance bestie Amanda, we live to break down all the things we love to hate. Each week, we scour TV, TikTok, and pop culture and deliver you our unfiltered, snarky takes on everything. Take a moment to subscribe on YouTube so you catch all our live streams and shows, and follow the links in the banner to subscribe to our free weekly podcast and 2 Patreon shows, We Love to Hate TV and Total Request Podcast, where you request the shows and we break them down. Once subscribed, you have instant access to our massive library of hundreds of past shows and recaps. We promise you'll love it. And listen, we're all friends here, so let us hear from you in the comments. We love getting to know you, and we hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's go. Hello, and welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody.
I'm Aminata. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us today, guys. This is what our live is now, just kind of all the people that stick with us through the off season. So it's a little more chill. We can just kind of let it all hang out.
Yeah, we're chilling on a North Carolina beach right now.
Oh, Janelle. You guys, top story of the week, Janelle made jam. But you all probably saw the story, but me and Jody really went back and forth about it last night. So we're gonna be building to Janelle's perfect Instagram story from Friday.
If you haven't seen it, I mean, I would say go look at it now or just wait because it
had if you wanted to write down the points, if you were gonna make a parody Janelle story and you had to point like just different things, she'd check in everything off the list as we go.
Every single box.
Everything. So
classic Janelle Akimbo is amazing. Well, besides this wonderful North Carolina beachy morning, look at you and your little covfefe. We got a lot coming up this week in housekeeping, don't we, Amanda?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Let's go. Housekeeping. Oh, guys, they changed StreamYard again. So now it's easier to navigate, but now we've already gotten used to the other method. So I love it. Here we go.
Wow. Now, you all asked for it, and we delivered. Guess who's back? Oh, the Plath family. Yeah, we did a very special girl dinner recap of the premiere of season 7 that just aired, and wine slushies no more. Little Ethan Plath is he's speaking the truth, but also kind of allegedly a monster. So things are looking up the Plaths.
I mean, we broke it down. I mean, the episode was good. I'm like super into it. And you know what, Jody? I was thinking if there's like another really great episode, we could just do another one of those little pop-up girl dinners. Remember those pop-ups? We did that one time.
I love a pop-up girl dinner. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the episode in today's Hot Topics, but let's move right along. This week on Patreon, season 13, episode 11, Leaving Las Vegas. There he is. The final long embrace in Cody's sack. And then after this, we have the season finales or season tell-alls, and then we're getting into season 14. My God.
Oh my God. One of the funniest things that happens in the tell-all is the host is asking Cody about like people that he's going to miss.
Suchin Pak,
she's a one-off. But Cody starts naming people that he's going to miss. And once he says Caleb, he can't get off of the word Caleb. He keeps saying it. And it's like
Caleb and Maddie and
Aspen
and Caleb and Mitch.
Never mentioned Tony McKelty ever. Never.
I mean, again, comical. And Caleb. I need to get Caleb. And I mean, wow.
This is fun.
I was going to say, Cody would actually love to be Jack in Three's Company. Oh, Robin and Aurora there, right? Three's Company. A Campin they will go. And what an episode. And some of it held up, you know?
It was actually, there were a couple, I mean, both Don Knotts lines made me laugh out loud. The gay panic line in it was actually still funny because it came out of a non-judgmental place where he's like trying to get him to go into the bushes. I was like, that was a non-judgmental gay joke. Congrats, Don. Don Knotts, by the way, a real player back in the day. He loved the ladies, said a friend.
Shocking. You mean because he's like funny and a little famous? Women are like, oh my God, he's amazing. And hey, of course, smash that like, give us a little thumbs up, subscribe. You know, if you listen to the podcast or not, you love what you're listening, go and leave us a 5-star, nice, kind review on iTunes. It like really helps us out. Maybe like balance, you know,
Jody
balance some things out
on the reviews, and I was like, you always get mad at me, so I don't look at them.
It was an accident. Hashtag accidental.
Hashtag active podcaster. Well, yeah, if you guys want to go, that would be great.
Yes, please do. And anything else, Amanda, before we get into hot topics?
No, you know what? I'm feeling super chill from this weekend. It was easy. It rained all weekend. It was really my vibe. All right, let's get into hot topics for the week, guys. Okay.
A fizzle. Oh, peek her face. I love this. I've been listening to the deep archives, like season 3, episode 5, Sister Wives, as a real comfort listen. A simpler time when we just see that spiral into destruction right on top.
Man.
Beat that, Mary. What was your weekend?
Oh, it was good. It was like super. I don't know what happened. I'm on an anxiety, like, it's like minimal anxiety. There's no anxiety. I sat all weekend just being like, no, what's wrong? There's nothing wrong. Why do I ever have anxiety? This is fine. Everything's fine. I just kept reminding myself, this is fine. All of this is good. Nothing bad is going to happen. So I brought some more pictures of the dogs and a little update on my foster cat. So I'll just show you some pictures really cute. Here, and it rained all weekend and it was just nice and dark and like gloomy and thundery, and I just watched a whole bunch of movies. But here's some of the dogs I had this weekend.
Classic Judith light in the background.
Okay. You need to stop fucking calling that dog Judith, because that dog, whose name is Loki and is a boy, I referred to him as a girl to the mom, and she had to correct me in our text, like she, and I was like, oh my God. And then I didn't want to go into a whole like, well, me and my best friend make fun of your dog all the time. Like, whole personality for her.
Well, he is very pretty. He is a very pretty, particular dog. I think calling them Judith is a compliment.
I mean, don't get the dog cut like that if you don't want to. If you don't want people misgendering him.
I mean, am I commenting on any other dogs? My eyes go right towards Judith.
This dog and the other, and like counter to Judith here with the long, like the collie looking one. Yeah, that dog spent the whole weekend with me, and it took me back to junior high because it was like hanging out with the mean girls because the parents made them. That's how she treated me all weekend. Like, hi, like,
wow.
I'll walk. Oh, you want me to walk over there? Like, the attitude from this one, she cannot wait to go home. She is tolerating my personality right now.
Sarah's also detecting what I detect. Every time Amanda sends me one of these pictures, I just zoom in on Walter's face, and Walter's always like, it's always like this. The fuck? Like,
yeah, it's great.
He's like, yeah, I used to be the only one in these photos, but guess I'm down here now.
Well, too bad. I got to pay for your keep. A couple other things here. I just got a really cute picture here of my 2 kittens playing, and
look what you got in the background.
Yes, yeah. I wanted to show you. I was watching, what's it called? Escape to Bear Mountain or something.
Back to the Frontier on HBO Max.
We're going to talk about that a lot today, but it's just really cute because Sully's doing kind of the same arm thing, the same kind of a Hitler stance that this.
I was just going to say, I'm like, okay, not do that. And I'm not going to wish Nick G a happy birthday on accident.
No, we're move on from that. Little update about Mama Gray, my little foster cat. And she is getting adopted tomorrow. Her parents are coming to meet her. I am going to be depressed. Like, even
though I'm like, deeply allergic, which I actually had an allergic reaction this weekend to watermelon because I have we call oral allergy syndrome. It's like I'm really allergic to like birch trees and ragweeds, and that's like cross, but whatever. That said, even if I had an allergic reaction, I would want to touch that, like where the little shirt is over the fur.
Oh,
like
I love it.
Like that feel.
Yeah.
I want that. Okay.
She's getting it. Her parents live in an RV 6 months out of the year, and then they live in a house. And I was like, she will love that. So I love it. And then just another really cute thing. So this is a picture of Sully on my lap, like touching Walter. And this picture accompanied by full grumbles from Walter. Just he's mad.
You know what? Campin all ears knows it takes good communication with your pilot.
Breaking them down. All right. Well, that's what I did as a single childless person in her 40s. What did you do? I assume you actually went out and did stuff with your family.
Well, we got all the kids picked up yesterday, and they're all here for 2 weeks. It's gonna be fun. We like laid down the rules and what we expect, because we want to build caring, conscious, prepared citizens that contribute to society. So we have a whole Adam came up with this complex like money currency system with like aeration plugs. It's very complicated, but like it was very
did any of your kids land jobs yet?
Yes. However, I would like them to have jobs out of the home, but we'll just see. We're working on that. But we are part of this building responsible youth that are going to be launched out of the nest very soon. Is like just getting sunlight on one's skin, like emerging from the free cold air conditioning confines that we so graciously provide them, to just step outside and maybe like a bead of sweat. Like when they feel that, they might be like, am I crying from my skin?
A little bit of a momentary discomfort.
Oh yeah. It's great. It's gonna be a hilarious.
Can I ask what remote jobs your 13 and 15-year-old somehow landed?
15 and 16. It is. There's some sort of like thing that their dad's company provides as like internship. Right. Great.
Wow.
I would have preferred them like getting out of the house, but whatever. It's a job, and that's what they need to do. But also, yes, Mary, I would like them to touch grass.
Yeah, touch all that grass.
Yeah. Have sun, in other words. So we'll get, oh my God. Speaking of Sarah, thank you. This is my other weekend update. So tree update, I'm so glad you asked, because I'm going to put all it in all cold. Now we've planted a few Alberta spruces, Amanda, some arborvitaes. We have a service bear. We landscaped by ourselves extensively. 2 of our favorite trees. I'll throw it out there again. Hey, Home Depot, like half off of all their shrubs, trees, everything. This maple autumn blaze, beautiful trees. I think we're getting a little bit too much rain. So if you're an arborist, let me know what you do when like your yard is we're just getting so much rain here in Wisconsin, and it just feels like the soil is just always kind of like damp around them. I can send you photos if you want, but keep it up on it. Now, in other news, I'm going to post a picture once I harvest my tomatoes. My 2 tomato plants they're running wild. And I'm in a Janelle point where I'm like, oh, what do I do? Like they've overgrown everything. They're massive. And so I'm just I see some tomatoes in there, but I'm like, ooh, gotta wait to pick them. But it's going to be very exciting.
Trees need lots of water, Georgie.
That's what I've heard. But like, it's almost like, are they getting too much water? But that's very good to hear. You know what? I'll post pictures next week. We've been having that same crazy weather as you, Amanda, in Canada, where it's tons of rain and really hot. Then it cools down. Just lots.
Yeah, my ankle is loving it. Just right.
Okay. I'm kind of going like most boring to like exciting, but most of my weekend updates are going to be like, I need your help. Okay. So give me your tree, amandajody1@gmail.com. Tree advice. And I also would love, Amanda, maybe you can help me out here. So my Mayan's birthday is around this time. And he really like, okay, so he knows how to kind of play the piano.
You getting him something up? Oh, that yellow shirt, the yellow rope Smith.
Oh, yes. So I didn't get that. Yeah, I got him some other stuff, but like he's like he knows how to like read music. He's musical. He's like into that, and he wants to like have a keyboard, but not like a janky kid keyboard. Like he's saying like there's keyboards that have like pedals and like it's an actual keyboard, but not like some giant, like I don't want to spend $500, like $200-300. Is that decent? Where do you find these? Amanda, advice?
Why don't you go on Facebook Marketplace?
Oh, okay. Well, are there like certain brands or like number of keys? Like I was looking that up, like different keyboards have number of keys and shit. I don't know.
88 keys is a normal key. Is a normal piano.
Yeah, write that down.
88.
I don't know this. Okay, so it should have 88.
88 keys is a piano, like piano size.
Okay, well,
if you want piano size. I don't think for whatever he's going to be using it for, you need like an amazing keyboard, unless he's going to be in a band. Just get like
but like pedals. Does that take it into a different
pedal
category?
that attaches to the thing?
Well, what do the pedals do? Or is this like a whole other conversation?
I don't think he really needs a pedal. A pedal holds down a note.
No, he like wants a pedal. Like he knows how to like play.
Well, you can just buy a pedal you plug in, and it just like sits there.
But you recommend 80 keys?
Yeah. That's what a piano is.
Okay. I really thought this was way more complicated than it apparently is. Okay, the other thing. Okay, Amanda, this is a little surprise, and I want to see if you're up for it. Okay.
All right.
So Adam's super like tatted up and whatever. He's like dying to get a tattoo. There's like one we want to cover, whatever. And I have one, but it's like here. I got it when I was like 18. I don't even see it, whatever. So we went to this tattoo place and we're like, okay, this guy's pretty good. He's working up whatever he's going to get. And I was like, oh, like I wanted to get, like I was in it. I'm like, no, I want to get something like now. I didn't really see anything I was like feeling. And then all of a sudden I was like, holy shit, I want to get a boot lamp. I want a boot lamp.
Oh my God. If you get a boot lamp, I'll get a boot lamp.
So he's like, boot lamp. So I pulled up the photo, the actual boot lamp. And we're looking at that, but like the scale wasn't quite right. So we're looking at a bunch of different boots and like, what he had was just like a black and white. I don't know, but like the size on it was weird. And I wasn't like totally like, oh my God, yes. So I want to put out, like, if anyone is good, what I'm thinking, Amanda, I mean, we could get matching ones, right?
There's something called, I will get whatever you get. I will literally go get it the next day.
Yes. So this is what I'm going for. I'm like, what if we got something like, I know.
Oh no, I'm in. I'm 100% in. I waste my money.
Wouldn't it be great? Like, so many of you are like super artistic and like, or you know about tattoos or whatever.
Make us a tattoo of a boot lamp. Boot lamp, I think, is the best one too. That's the best.
Thank you. Okay, so in my mind, he was like showing me there's like black and white, these like dot things. This is just off of Google. Okay. But he was talking about how they have like this glitter technique. This is just like a random example of it. But you could do obviously like different colors. I wouldn't want it too cheesy, but it is more difficult than I thought. Like finding the right kind of like boot and scale.
Where are we getting this?
On our body? So what I was thinking,
I have this. Okay. I can get one on this side.
Yes. So originally I was like, oh, I want to do like something here.
Oh my God.
But then I was like, oh, I don't know. Like if I did a boot lamp, I don't want it very big though, because here's my thing. I don't want people to be like, oh, like, are you really into country music? Because I'm not. And I don't want it like on my ankle, because then I feel like I'm going to look like a cowgirl. And do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be the right kind of boot.
Get it like here. Like not
That's
middle, but
thinking.
like it's like a little trademark symbol. Okay,
so
I'm
the one I should have brought him. The one that like he sketched up was like big, and I'm like, I don't think that'll look right. So let me just kind of show you what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Again, this is an actual picture, but like something like a boot where
those are
like
cute boots.
It still has a touch of Western boot, but it's not like giddy up and has like, Navajo woven designs in like a lot, and then like the right proportion lamp. So I think, hey, if anyone's got even just like a little sketch that would be like cute at a smaller size.
I would like if one of our people actually like did this for us.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if someone can sketch something up, but like something for me, you could get it however big you want, but I want something like simple enough that it's not going to get like muddy and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I want something like small. So it's got to be like a very simple outline.
I love this.
And
I love this idea so much. Matching
tattoos.
Right. For
so Amanda, like, remember how successful it was when we did our chat GPT? We were like, give me dark hair. And I ended up looking like Liz, Big Ed's, whatever. Like my face suddenly became Liz. So I was trying to use chat GPT, like, design me a tattoo with blah, 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 blah. And like, the things I was getting was wild. And like somehow like Jupiter and space came into it. So those of you who can sketch or whatever, my God, please send stuff.
Letting the days go by just gave us a super sticker, boot lamp tattoo fun contribution. Yeah, guys, do it. That's so fun. You don't have to keep it funny, but send us a picture.
Sketch it out. And then Beaker Face is a great idea. Then we can like do little like temporary tattoos or make it whatever. AmandaJody1@gmail.com. AmandaJody1@gmail.com. Thank you very much. But Amanda, you have no idea the restraint it took me because I wanted to get it I wanted to get it and then just be like, surprise, like I did when I got like engaged and married.
Part of this.
But I was like, nope. I'm going to put it out because all of you are going to have way better ideas in like scale and stuff. So
Costa says this is how cults start. Did I lose my mouse? Yeah. There we go.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Sticker says, sticker. Okay, I'm really loving this. I listen. Okay. I kind of invited myself along to this, but I am honored to be part of a matching tattoo with me. I would never get one for a man, so I'm happy to have one with my bestie over here. And then you guys can we can put the prototype on Facebook, and you guys can pull it, and you can all get your own boot lamps. And then,
and like, you know what? I'm gonna feel badly if like people send a bunch and we like don't like it. We'll figure it out. We're like workshop, but like truly, I am not good at drawing. I am not a artist. Like I can see it in my mind, but then somehow like everything he was showing me, I feel like the biggest asshole. I'm like, can the boot go like the other way, or like not have the flames on the boot, or like? And I think I was just like
something like exactly perfect so that we can just go in and be like this, and then they
yes.
Okay.
And maybe our independent artists do their own little spin on it, but we have the same whatever.
No, I don't want that. I don't want them touching it. I want it to be all our listeners 100%.
Okay.
Great. I'm really into this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy. Okay. Can't wait to waste more money. Might as well. Okay.
Well, listen, that's why size is key, Amanda. We're always looking for a good deal. We're not going to go too expensive.
I bet it's still
we don't have money like that, babe.
All right. Well, anyway.
All right. There we go.
Put it on that. Okay, great. Well, I'm excited. Let's get into actual hot.
Yes.
And not that wasn't a hot topic, of course. But let's just start out here. Should we start with Colbert? Does everyone follow?
Yeah. Tell me about this. Are you a big late show watcher?
I used to watch Conan. I think the Late Show is all of those late night shows are just so I don't know, late. Watered down. They're very late is one thing. Also, who has cable anymore?
That's what I was gonna say. I'm supposed to remember what network it's on, which means it's on that app. Then I got to go to it the day after, and then I have to like remember to do that every day.
Although I will say that I will do like a yearly rewatch on that Kevin Hart, Jimmy Fallon with the animals with the Australian.
God,
kid.
You love that little man.
That is a really funny segment.
That
It's a
tiny
really
little
funny,
cheater.
You guys want to laugh? That is very, very funny. He makes Jimmy hold this tarantula, and then Kevin Hart's like slamming the desk and screaming, and Jimmy's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" It's very funny. I like to see him squirm.
Amanda thinks Kevin Hart is very talented.
I think he's fine.
And Robert Irwin.
I love Robert Irwin, except he's very young. He's much younger than I thought he was. Okay, so Colbert was fired. I guess something happened. No, we're going to keep this as unpolitical as possible, but it's about to get a little political. So everyone calm down for a second. But we got Colbert. He got canceled, but the whole show was canceled. Like the Late Show was canceled because I guess he made some kind of statement. I don't know what it was because he's always kind of talking shitty about Trump, but I guess Trump and Paramount reached some kind of deal because they're suing each other back and forth. And Colbert made he basically called them pussies, I guess, and then they canceled the show. But stupidly, I think they should have just paid him out his contract and then be like, the show is over. But they're for some reason letting him do shows for the next year. So I don't know what exactly happened.
So it's still for another year?
So he has an entire year or like 9 months or whatever of just this unhinged doing whatever the fuck he wants. So I don't know why they thought that would be a great idea. And here's one thing, male comedians, you don't want to date them, terrible people. But I think the comedians actually kind of do stick together a lot. So now you're seeing all this shit come out of the woodwork. So the very first show back, all of these comedians, including Andy Cohen, showed up.
Take it back. Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper are not comedians, not funny.
They're hosts, though. They're fellow
Andy
hosts.
Cohen, not talented.
I like Andy Cohen. He was on Sex and the City this week, Jody. And just like that, sorry. Jimmy Fallon managed to, pull himself away to do this.
God, look at that photo of him too. Woof.
He looks drunk. But anyway, all these people. So this is the first show back. But every show since he did this other thing, I think the next show where Stephen Colbert, you know why I like Stephen Colbert, by the way? Also, when it was the Colbert Report and he was kind of in that character, that kind of a douchey character.
Right.
There's one episode where he interviewed Stephen Sondheim and I respected it. I remember me and Brad were like crying because he just couldn't even be in character while he was interviewing him because he had so much reverence for him. And then he also did Company on Broadway. So he does Broadway. He's a singer, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so he did this musical number that went on and on and on. And he just danced with all these different guests. And it just went on for like
Steve, that's talent.
That is talent. But then all these people would just come in, like different talk show people, news people would just come in and do like a dance with him. And then the next person would come in. So it was just this revolving door of support from the industry, which I thought was kind of cunty in a good way.
Okay. So I'm kind of gathering from the comments. I was like Janelle, I was just busy with jam and gardening and everything. So the show was canceled. People are saying like Colbert should be a new poster child for why free speech is important. And then also boycott CBS. So explain this to me. Like I'm a woman, right?
What do you, wait, this is like, what don't you get?
CBS is canceling his show because he's anti-Trump?
Well, no, it's more.
What is
he's always anti-Trump, but I think that Trump sued Paramount. This might be wrong. This is what I think happened. Trump sued Paramount. They settled, and then Stephen Colbert made a joke about it on air about how they're pussies and how they won't stand up to Trump. That's kind of what it ultimately is. And then Paramount was like, no. Is that wrong? Sorry, Animal Lover is saying that's wrong. That's just what I got.
Okay.
Made some
kind of listen, I made like I made a pact with myself that like I will only consume so much like news and political stuff because
100%, 100%
me up
and get me. That's why
I already flew into a progesterone hormone therapy rage this past weekend that like frightened many people, including myself. So it's like anything that might tip me over the edge these days. Ugh. Okay, they want to merge to happen.
Okay, regardless of the political stuff, everyone's coming out. Just it's unfair. is what I think. So everyone is coming out to support him. And I think it just shows how much reverence everyone has for him. So that, if you want to look at this from a good thing, it's like, oh, look at all this positivity where people are supporting each other. Yes. Is that all right for me to say? God. So anyway.
Yeah. Or it kind of forces some people to speak up. You know what I mean? Like if you are in that circle, that group, like you do have the power and people are influenced by
it's nice famous to see people. It's nice to see people supporting each other in a positive way. That's what we've come to, where I'm so thrilled to just see that. So yeah, let's move on to my childhood crush, like obsession. I mean, you guys know how crazy I get when I have a
picked well, kid.
I was saying this to Jody. I'm like, I know how to pick him, not in real life. But my theoretical celebrity crushes, I nailed it, because South Park now, oh God, this is cunty with a K. South Park, so they have, I guess, they're with Paramount, right? South Park, the boys. No, we love Trey Parker already. And Matt Stone was in Bowling for Columbine, the movie. Trey Parker, we both agreed that we really loved. And one reason is that Casa Bonita documentary where he's super stressed out because everything's going wrong. And he's walking around making fun of everything. And I remember us both being like, that's just so nice that he's not raging out. He's still being respectful of the staff and like not being like a fucking douchey man about it. So we love it. So they obviously heard this happened. So the season was about to start and they've been holding out, I guess, or something. I haven't watched South Park in years, but they've been holding out because there's been all of this argument going on about who's going to get their streaming ability. And they were holding out for it. They signed like a 7-year deal to keep making South Park. And then they gave Paramount rights to stream South Park. And it was like, what, a $6 billion deal? It was some insane amount of money, but also it's money that none of these guys need. These two men could never work a second in their life and they would still have way too much money. They could not spend the money they have. Plus they have Casa Bonita now, which is doing very well.
Nat's going to Casa Bonita in November.
Who?
Nat in the chat. Going to Casa Bonita. I want to go so badly. You got to take pictures and send it.
Not allowed to enter the States yet. But so they put out this episode and like, also it's fun for people who have watched South Park for so long.
Sorry. Hold on, Amanda. Guess what? There is breaking news, Amanda. Oh, did they take that feature away?
I probably can. I don't.
Okay. Well, there's. I just got breaking news. Unfortunately, speaking of Colorado coach Deion Sanders revealed that he had bladder cancer, but plans to coach the Buffaloes this season.
Oh, all right.
I know you follow football.
Deion Sanders is not a singer. Which is what I originally thought you were saying. Okay. Hang on. You got.
Listen, I wanted you to know now before you got the news later. I know.
Oh, people have been to Casa Bonita.
Deion head over here.
Okay, so South Park puts out this first episode back, and it was Satan. And okay, so they have, I don't know how to really describe it. Did you watch it? They have Donald Trump as Saddam Hussein, as like how they used to do Saddam Hussein. There's little Easter eggs throughout wherever when Trump is walking, they're playing his song from the movie, like as the underscore, like just these little things you can catch. And one thing I noted is that Satan was super in love with Saddam in like the original series, but he like fucking can't stand Trump. Then, so like you're watching this and you're like, oh, they're sticking it to him, haha. But then that ending, that last couple minutes is so unhinged and wild. And I guess there was a huge argument where they're like, we don't want to show the penis. And they were like, no, too bad. Like we can do whatever we want or we're walking away, and we can walk away. So it's wild. Like I don't even know how to describe it.
It's amazing when you call people's bluff. I've done that before, and they very clear, like, oh, yeah. So for those of you who have not watched it, they do like an AI face Trump on a strikingly accurate body type, and it's very, very realistic. And like you see a little tiny like micro penis, and like there's almost like a Tommy, Pamela and Tommy Like where the penis
it's like a talking penis. It's teeny. They put eyes on it so they could call it a character. Yes, I saw that too. That's how they argued it. Like we can show it. There's eyes on it. And I guess they were like, no, you have to. And like people were nervous that they was going to get stripped from the site. And Matt and Trey clearly do have a lot of power because it's still there. You can still go watch it. It's on Paramount. You can watch it. It's aside from the political stuff, I love to see all of it. It's just so fun to watch.
Yeah, they just went there. Like you keep watching, you're like, okay. And then
I think Trump tweeted something about how this show has been on life support for years, and it's like they just.
I was just gonna say what's been because it just came out like a couple days ago.
Yeah, they don't even show. I mean, you guys just have to go watch it because it's just a crazy thing to watch. They're just fully making as much fun of. They're making as much fun of a white man that you can, just in every.
Yeah, they thought of like the most egregious, embarrassing shit that would get under Trump's, super insecurity or insecurity he should have, and it was like, wow, it was insane.
And I think that they said there's something in the episode where they said. They had a countdown or there was a number listed, like 1 of 24, or I think there was like the ads. They were like, this is 1 of 20. So people are saying that they think that they're just going to do one of these at the end of every episode.
Oh, interesting.
I love Trey and Matt. They're just perfect. And Book of Mormon is one of the best musicals like ever written. Like and the South Park movie is my 4th favorite movie of all time. So we have to talk about that. Your
first favorite movie, of course, is Ass to Ass.
Ass to Ass. Ass to Ass.
Oh, God.
What's next on the docket?
Traumatizing. Okay, well, during last week's live, we had a celebrity passing, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Theo. And we're like, God, like shit always happens, right? And then we were recording an episode of what this week?
Little House on the Prairie.
Yes. And we started talking about Ozzy Osborne or the Osbournes. And within minutes of us ending the recording, you sent a text message. Ozzy Osborne just died. And we were like, what the hell just happened? Right. Wait, what was I going to say? I was just like transition to something. Oh my God, I totally forgot.
We like willed it into the universe.
Yeah, well, we did. And then what was the other one? There was another celebrity death. Hulk Hogan. And we were like talking about how Hulk Hogan had that like sex tape or whatever. Right?
Yeah, the sushi.
And the difference.
He had to stop in the middle of the sex to be like, oh, I ate too much sushi. It's so they talk about it.
And you said he took a phone call from his son during it?
That might be wrong because I think, well, did he? I don't know, but then he also goes into a racist rant in the middle of it. Cool. So it was quite the sex.
Well, I mean, par for the course. So anyway, there's something probably other than that, but okay, Plathville.
No, Ozzy Osborne. I wanted to talk about Ozzy Osborne.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so Ozzy has passed. I don't like the animal abuse with the bat thing. I can never really get over that. But also, I mean, he's got some good moments on the Oz. Somebody has come into my room and stolen my beers from my room. And Sharon's like, who would do that, darling? Who's the beer thief? You're the beer thief. And he's like, oh. Anyway, Ozzy obviously knew that he was on his way out. So this is like, even if you don't
I didn't know this. I don't think I can watch
status thing ever. No, I think it's actually like love. It's beautiful though. So he went a couple weeks before he passed. He did a concert where he sat in a throne and he came out.
You could just look at him and he has that like look on him. Oh, it's awful.
And he's saying, Mama, I'm coming home. And there's like all this shit that came out. And he there's an isolated audio of just him singing. And it's like he was so out of it in real life and like his slurring, but like when you're locked, it's like a fascination with like music therapy. He's so locked in, he's hitting all the notes, he's obviously sobbing in the middle of the song, but he can hit every note, he can hear every word. And then there's this picture that came out of Sharon in the back, like watching, and it's just like the saddest thing ever. But I mean, it's so beautiful. It's like not a dry eye in the theater or stadium. But anyway, you guys want a heartwarming moment. It's lovely. He knew he was on his way out, and it's like he's saying like a song about that. It's very sad.
My God. I think the Osbornes are, believe it or not, I think you can find them on Tubi, which is, again, get yourself on fucking Tubi because it's free and they have so much good stuff. And there are episodes that really do hold up. I haven't done a complete rewatch of all of them because they just kind of re-released them because we were trying to find old episodes and a lot of them were like only on DVD.
Kathy said, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, please go.
Kathy says Ozzy wanted to sound clear for the concert and went off his pain meds to do it and had to be held down. If he fell again, he would pass. Oh man, all this new information. Sorry, continue.
Jesus. And there are moments that are still hilarious. Like I do think Kelly coming home saying that, her sister called and she got a phone call from the gynecologist telling her how to prepare her vagina for her visit. Like that's funny. Somehow I like jumped to an episode, I think, to put in the background, and it was season 2 maybe. And now looking at it, 20 years later with like full adult eyes and like knowing people who have been in recovery and struggled with addiction and all that kind of stuff, totally seeing it in a different way. There is an episode in the second season where Sharon has cancer. He wants to build a bonfire on the beach for her. And he goes to like the firehouse to like ask him if it's okay. I mean, he's so out of it. And then at one point he is like, I'm going to go fishing. Do we have cheese? And he's out in this like super high, low tide. It's like rough. It's crashing.
Oh,
and it must be like his sober companion that maybe they have hired for him is like out there. It was absolutely heartbreaking, but I'm watching it and I'm like, this dude made it another 20 years after that.
That's the craziest part. He seemed like he was on his way out back then.
Yeah, and so out of it. But like you said, when they show him perform, like he stands there in his place and he is just like singing. And it sounds perfect.
It's like an adrenaline. When I had walking pneumonia for 3 months, I coughed. The only time I wasn't coughing was when I was on stage doing Anything Goes. And then I would walk off stage and cough again. There's something like crazy about that. It's fascinating, really. Somebody said, speaking of addiction, I'm finally reading Matthew Perry's book and it's excellent. Another good one, Guts by Kristen Johnson. That's my favorite addiction book. Ozzy, he also had a years-long affair on Sharon, which, I mean.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't they got a divorce or they're going through a divorce or something? I
think they had a tumultuous relationship, but I think there was love there. And you know why we brought it up? Because we did an episode coming up in a couple of weeks of Girl Dinner where we just talk about reality TV. And we just shout out reality TV shows. And
that's what we're recording, Amanda. And we put the Osbornes on it.
And we're like, the Osbornes was like the first of that. Osbornes was the first of that type of show, kind of.
Yeah, that level of famous person inside their homes.
And Anna Nicole came out right at the same time. Got to give props to that. Okay, Plathville, yes.
Oh, God. Okay, so, I mean, I've kind of popped in and out with Plathville, right? Like we did an episode with Dr. Adam and Sister Wives Professor, and we watched maybe the first season or so. We've dabbled in Plath, but this season 7 first episode, it was like when our Sister Wives got the new production company. It was like, whoa, okay, like now we're seeing the real shit, and they're just letting it all hang out. Your favorite. Your gal, Lydia. Oh, it is her season to shine. She is Bella DeBall.
She's been waiting. And Jody put together a little comparison here. If anyone
I did. Now, when I looked at Zach without a K or an H, just Z-A-C, I was like, God, he looks so familiar. And by the time that thought crossed my mind, I knew what it was. Everyone take it easy because I dare you to tell me you don't think these two people look alike. Zach, Lydia's now husband, fiance, he looks a lot like teen mom Leah Sims, Messer Sims, Jeremy. Allie's face is just all over him.
Curly Allie.
What do you think? Curly Allie. Yes.
Curly Allie. They really do look alike. I also think he looks like the little kid from Love Actually. Who's been in the Queen's Gambit as like a sexual character. And I was like, no, I won't.
I also think Mariah's new look reminds me a lot of Wake Me Up Inside.
Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, you threw that on me. And I was like, I don't know what Evanescence looks like. But okay.
Well, The Grudge or whatever that is. Yeah. She's got, dark hair. It means that you're going through something,
Yeah, we've all seen it. Okay, it's going to be a great
And
season.
Veronica looks like Lucy, the primitive woman. Go Google it. I won't throw it up, but it is what it is.
I listened to the Raccoons, the what Reality Cringe, and they actually had a really harsh take on Veronica. And you know how easy it is to sway my opinion. I'm like, yeah, she's a bitch. She's awful. I hate her now. But it should be a fun season, and I wonder if they're going to show Lydia's. I mean, obviously they'll show her wedding. Of course, they're going to show her wedding. So I wonder if we're going to see the punch heard around the world.
Amanda, do you want to sing us a little bit of Lydia's song before that hilarious trust fall? Where they just trust fall. Okay, spoiler alert.
You live within me, and I love you. You.
Yeah.
It's pretty
spoiler, crazy. Ethan suspects that Zach might be gay.
Yeah, he's really cool with gay people too, by the way. Ethan.
Amanda, he's like an albino white male, obviously.
Yeah, raised in a religious
what else? Color, creed, religion, none.
What are some other points?
Well, Kim. Okay, this is a hot. You think Kim and Barry are not actually divorcing?
No, I don't think they ever really were going to divorce. I think she had a little Rumspringa, and then she went out there and saw what else was out there, and she's like, "Well, I might as well just stick with this because at least I got money this way."
I don't think Barry wants her back. I don't think he's coming. I don't know. I think they are going through something. I think he's just not wanting to settle with her. And he's probably just waiting until she gets herself in enough debt with her attorneys to just cave. Or she wants too much. And he's like, yeah, not going to happen. The kids all want to live with me anyway.
I just realized that I left my pot and bowl and downstairs just sitting out.
Amanda.
It's right there. I mean, come on.
Dean of students at Euphoria High, this one, and she's leaving things out. You have a teen down there.
I know. I have lots of teens here all the time.
Oh, wait, but it's legal in Canada, at least. It's legal. Oh, okay, then you're fine.
She knows. But still, it's professional.
She's bragging to all her friends.
Should I message her and be like, can you bring up my pot and the on the grinder?
No, because you would be contributing to the delinquency of a minor, which I'm sure in Canada they're like, oh, we're gonna suck you in the nose for that. That's what they did for a rape trial, by the way. Not joking. Episode of something we watched. Yeah, a victim's impact statement. She's like, oh, I'd really like to suck you in the nose, but I forgive you.
But I'm Canadian. I preach forgiveness. Okay, so Plathville. What else? Anything else? They're kind of just setting up the whole season, but it's going to be a banger. And Veronica's with Micah, but she obviously hates Micah right now, currently. So obviously we're going to obviously watch their demise. So that's fun.
Well, I can't wait for that. I can't wait.
Yeah, me too.
And you also think Micah is oh no, not Micah. What's the youngest one?
Oh, I think he's the most insidious.
The other one.
Yeah. What's his name? Ted?
Eddie? Edward?
Yeah, both of those.
Josiah?
Yeah.
Jeremiah.
Whoever that third one is, I feel like he might be a psychopath.
The other blonde one. Yeah, you didn't like when he called his girlfriend Pookie and they were eating their fast food. Isaac. Okay.
Yes,
same thing.
He seems the most
all the same name. Yeah. Oh, poor kid. Oh, I felt bad for all the daughters that just go house to house. God, how awful. Okay. Now, Amanda, you did it. You finally did this. Speaking of Tubi, get yourself over there because Amanda finally got into a 25-year-old documentary series filmed in Manitoba called Pioneer Quest. A Year in the Real West. And boy,
you guys have to watch this. It's on Tubi. Everyone, Jody, the new spokesperson for Tubi, but
yeah,
it's on there. Very minimal commercials too. And you know what I like about Tubi is the
theme song.
The theme song. It's like, how does it go?
Tubi or something.
No, it goes Tubi. Ding. It's cute. It's very, and it's like, it doesn't shock you. It's like a really nice, like, it's kind of nice. Okay, I got all the way up into episode 4 where they started really going with like the hunting and the animal stuff, so I had to take a break. But I'm really into it.
Oh, it'll be okay. They're not too successful. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Well, the chickens, they're dealing a lot with chickens in the beginning of one episode. I'm like, they like show a chicken getting its head cut off, which thank God I looked away and I just heard it, and then I was like, fast forward 25 minutes. Now, at the end of episode 1, I guess I wasn't paying attention because, ADHD. But
okay, now imagine, Amanda, this is the year 2000, pre-9/11, pre-Osborne's, pre-reality.
9/11, yeah.
I mean, what a fucking banger surprise twist is that in episode 1 in Canada?
You say twist, and I'm thinking it's like, there's going to be a competition or something crazy going to happen. No, the twist is that one of the guys just got that the day before got accused.
Spoiler alert.
Got accused of sexual assault. And I felt so bad.
Had to be pulled from the experiment on like the first full day. It was like right away.
That night. And I feel so bad. Empathy.
They found that it was delivered, like he was served the day before they left to go do this. And this was like a year in the making, preparing. They had to be picked from, thousands of people that tried out for this thing. Imagine being that wife, knowing that was happening going into this.
The hardest part for me to watch was just them having to show up, and they're both so stressed out, and especially the wife. But like, I did feel bad as an empath for both of them, because I'm like, this sucks, because you could tell that they're stressed, and like, that's like I'm always stressed. So I was very, but and I'm like, oh man, they could have got all this money. But then my head is like, well, I guess he could have just not SA'd someone, and then all of this would be fine. But the wife, I felt so bad for, and they're so stressed and anxious, and like their heads really aren't on straight. And
Frank and Alana they just didn't know what to do. They felt so bad.
Did you look up you said that you looked up what happened? Because I tried to find it and I couldn't really find it.
Did I look up what happened? Okay, I Googled this 20 years ago before Google existed. So they left, and the charges were eventually dropped. And it was like it was from a family member. It was eventually dropped, whatever that means. I don't know. But then they have to like recruit another couple. And man, now Deanna, she, I think she can be a little bossy at times.
Oh,
that's the blonde. And her husband, man, he, like, thank God for him. And I understand why they almost didn't go with that couple, because he's like, they're almost too good at this.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
You haven't even gotten to an episode where she, like, they're just saying how much they love the negative 30 Celsius. Like, she just loves being outside in the cold and just working. And they have a trapper's cabin in Manitoba, and they just love it. They just love it. And like the shit you're going to see, he builds a home with period tools, and everything's fucking level. Like they don't even need to use a shim for anything. It's insane. And just, oh God, he has like a whole health story arc.
Constantly raining.
Coldest winter in 100 years. Most rain, most snow in 100 years. But it really is kind of cool. It really shows like the Canadian spirit, that like the community pulls together for them. At one point, they kind of help with some sick animals they get. So don't get scared when you start seeing like the animals or whatever. It's just the coolest, like wholesome, aspirational show. Like you'll see him build a chair at one point, and it's like, holy shit, how the fuck is this guy doing this without?
I'm so proud of them whenever, and you know what? They say something. And honestly, I think all kids should maybe go through like a summer of this or something. Like the Brown family.
Adam and I have already looked to see if they are recruiting and casting for Back to the Frontier or anything like this. They are not right now. Because we absolutely would do this.
At one point, one of the people says, it's like, it was a really hard day and my whole body hurts, but just like, I feel like I accomplished something because everything I did, we're going to use now. And I was like, man, people don't ever get that a lot anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like really neat to see this newlywed couple. And I don't want to like spoil anything for you, but it's like really sweet, just like how they fill their time and how they get used to like the quietness and finding out what you do with yourself during that downtime. It's such a great show. Even like, and it's not necessarily like a family show. Amanda, you're enjoying watching it, right?
Yeah. I like that.
Now your mom, on the other hand, I suggested this to your mom on an episode we're recording on something.
Yeah, my mom's on
Kaczynski
she goes, she goes, oh, me and Ron are watching Pam and Tommy right now.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Never mind then. Maybe it's not your genre.
This show, Pioneer Quest, is very 2000s, especially on the quality and stuff and the Canadian accents. But this one, Back to the Frontier, which is currently airing, this is a horrible picture, on Max.
Yes.
I'm really into this. Like this is the casting is so good because all the people are likable. Even the kids. I think it was a good decision to not go with like shitty kids. They went with like privileged kids who still like got like they're polite. And I'm loving it. And this past episode, they had to go for auction and there was drama.
Oh, yeah, there was. I'm not a big fan of Jeremy Hall. Jeremy, who spells his name Jereme. Yeah. Like, settle down, dude. You guys kept upping it. Anyone would have done that. And I don't think they were purposely driving it up. I think she just kind of like said that, like, okay, well, hey.
Of course she did.
Take it. And they're all fucking pissy about it. And when they went to the ice cream social and she's like, oh, I'll just have like a spoon. He's like, well, we're going to serve the kids first. So, and she's like, well, yeah, absolutely. But like, just don't give me a large serving. Like, I'm sorry. The adults should have the ice cream fucking first because they've been out there plowing the fucking fields while the kids have been doing like tiddlywinks and shit.
Yeah, the kids aren't really doing jack shit.
Yeah, they're fine.
That one kid pulled a Robin Brown on the auction day. He's like, I'm sick.
Oh,
although he did seem sick. He did actually seem sick. He did a good job of actually acting sick. So, yeah.
I mean, the food alone we've talked about, we're like, we know for sure one of our kids would live. The other three, 50-50. That like anemia or something or an allergy takes one of them. And that's just the risk you take on the Oregon Trail. Am I right?
Cody would last 2 minutes. Oh, but he's a farmhand, Rebecca.
Oh, could you imagine like the producer doctor visits he would have? He'd be like, feeling a little warm.
I would
pull something.
The amount that Cody talks about how he grew up on a farm, this is what I want to see Cody in. If Cody and Robin get cut from the show, put them in, especially Robin. My God, would I love to watch them try to do this one day. Cody would.
Oh, she never.
Like, I need a tree to fell. I need to fell a tree.
Oh yeah, he'd be going at like the wrong kind of tree with an axe. He'd try to burn it like before he dried it. He'd fuck everything. He'd burn the whole place down. We know that.
He would really. And then being around, having him around. Oh my God, if they would be the White family, it would be Cody interacting with two actual men. One of them's gay, one of them's black. And just having him, his all the shit going on in his head of like, well, they're men, so I should respect them, but also I'm a huge piece of shit. And I know more. You know
what he would do with the gay guys is he would overly bro out with them to try to like compensate.
Yeah.
Like
they would report him to HR.
Like, yes. Like exactly. And then he would make some like stupid joke and be like, oh, well, I'll just cuddle up with these two tonight if it's going to be cold. And
he would make a lot of inappropriate jokes about homosexuality, race. I would love to see it.
Z snaps, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
I mean,
And what would Robin be doing? I don't know. Sulking.
Crying. How hard it is.
The baby's to hold. That's all she knows how to do is like sit in the corner.
I'm just worried about my children.
Oh my God, I'd love to
see
Aurora.
They seem ill. They seem weak. They don't seem happy. I'm just worried about Cody.
Cody would start himself. Cody would lure the gay guys off into the woods for a nice tryst. He's like, hey, guys.
Absolutely. He would do like he'd be like, you know what, bros? You know what, guys? Let's go do a man bonding ritual. We'll just get naked, howl at the moon, go skinny dipping. It'll be hilarious. It'll be so much fun.
Wouldn't it be so funny if I just started sucking on your dick right now? That'd be so funny.
Water snake. Whoopsie, not a snake.
That'd be so silly because I'm not gay, so that's why it would be so funny. It would be like so crazy if I did that.
God. Oh, the uncomfortability.
Oh yeah, all of a sudden, oh well, I have a trans child, so and they'd be like, congratulations.
No, they'd be like, name them. Maybe he'd be like, oh. Could you imagine Ariola out there?
She might be great out there, actually. I can see her like killing animals with her bare hands.
That's true. She'd be good at like trapping and stuff. I mean, Saul's pretty much. Saul's worthless. No problem with, like,
she would just be the chicken head cutter off her.
No, Saul is really like what was that? The Romanovs, Alexei.
What?
The hemophiliac. Is this like like Rasputin, like that whole thing? Anastasia.
Yeah.
Alexei, he mustn't run, he mustn't play because he was a hemophiliac. Like I feel like that is
he's cousin Colin from Secret Garden.
Oh yeah. I mean, one scratch and that kid is like tapped out of the.
Well, and Aurora's having panic attacks in the corner the whole time. Just shoot her.
Oh no! Aurora would be. Oh no! Aurora would find the love of her life in one of those Hutterite communities down the block that the Treadwells were taking advantage of.
Because the people, that's like pretty much they're trad. They're very trad. So they would fit in well with the Hutterites. Saul would basically be firewood out there. Oh, look, this is why I love this group because you guys here will listen to us talk about our trees and our dogs and there's not comments the whole time going, when are we getting to the episode? Are they ever going to talk about Sister Wives? We're
always talking about Sister Wives. Everything's content, baby.
All
right, let's move on. What in the world is this? What is Eddington?
Okay, so this I have to see movies every week now for me and John's podcast, Pod in the City. We restructured the weekly roundup and it's going smashingly, but I am going and it's making me go out more. And now I'm seeing Justine like once a week. So we saw Eddington. I had never really heard of it, but it's by Ari Aster, who did Hereditary and Midsommar.
Oh, also the name of your cousin or niece.
Aster, yes.
Cousin. Relative.
Yes, cousin. Cousin covers it.
Okay.
Yes.
What would be the appropriate word for like a non-binary niece nephew? Like I have one. That's a legitimate question of mine, actually. Someone let me know in the chat. I'm not even being snarky. Like I'm dead serious. I don't know.
My sister's kids. I guess you could just say that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, my sister's child. Okay, anyway.
So this movie, now I knew it was going to be really long, but the cat got spayed right up there. Like it's like fucking 45 minutes away. So I planned out the day. I'm like, and Justine's trying to get out of going to the long movie.
Yeah.
She's like, and I was like, no, I needs to be a long movie because I have to pick up this cat at I can't pick him up till later. So we go, and we knew it was going to be only once in the theater. We were just openly talking. It was so wonderful.
Do they search your bags?
They didn't search her, but I think they might have searched my bags with Aster because I had a teen with me. I wonder if that's what
Wow, ageist.
But those kids were
ageist.
I was the oldest one in the theater by 20 years, in the building. So whatever.
It was absolutely that poor girl's first day at the movie theater. And she's like, I have to follow protocol. And everyone else is like, you don't.
Because I remember walking up and seeing that she looked very nervous. And I remember being like, but then I could tell that she was waiting to figure out how to word it. Anyway, they didn't check our bag.
Nibblings. Okay. I like that.
Ready? Are you joking?
That would make sense because niece, nephew, and then of siblings, that would make sense. I will ask.
My siblings' kids.
Okay.
They Santa's still nephew. Okay.
Great.
Yeah,
we guys. Okay, so what do you think of Pedro Pascal in Eddington?
Okay, so it's about I'm actually excited to talk about this, you guys, because I never really heard of this, just seen way more into movies that like what's coming up. But Ari Aster I knew it was going to be long, so it's like 2.5 hours long, like solid.
Wow.
We both went to the bathroom a couple of times, but it takes place during COVID in a very small town, and immediately you're like, oh, we're touching. The tagline of this movie could have been Eddington, remember COVID? And it's kind of fascinating actually to immerse yourself back in there, because it is technically way too soon, but it's interesting because you're watching this and you're like, and people are getting in fights, and it's in May of COVID, so just a couple months in, and it's fascinating to watch this back because you're like, God, everyone was pretty insufferable during that. No one was
Imagine all the people.
Oh God, yeah. It started out with that. Then in the middle of it, the George Floyd things happen. So all the kids, all the youths in the town are all doing not too much, but they're being very like just annoying. Just like the liberals are being annoying, and the right are being everyone's being annoying in this movie. And it just shows, because you're watching this fight happening, and it's like, yeah, in retrospect, we probably did do too much with all the masks and stuff. But then on the other hand, just shut up and put on your fucking mask. Like, it's very, no one was right. You're watching this, and I love the Joaquin Phoenix character. I know he has 2 Oscars. I would give him an Oscar for this right now, because it is an Oscar.
I like him.
The way he's embodying this role, and he's on like the right leaning side, I guess, of things, is he's kind of anti-masky. But the reason that it's kind of not slow but long, you have to you're following him, so you like him, and then something happens right in like the middle of the movie, and then it takes this really huge turn, but you're like in it. Very Ari Aster. It's very kind of how Hereditary is, where you're kind of watching it and then something insane happens. And
this actually sounds really good. I would not have thought that from the cover.
No, you would never.
Know, don't judge it, but I thought this was gonna be like a Western.
But it is kind of Western, because there's a lot of like little face-off scenes. Pedro Pascal plays the very liberal mayor, and then Emma Stone's in it, who's amazing. Also, she's very she reminds me of Tilda Swinton, kind of, because she's doing a lot of like crazy facial expressions. It's pretty fascinating to watch, but then it gets so crazy and violent at the end, but in a almost Quentin Tarantino way, where it's kind of funny because it's so outrageous. And then the tag, the movie ends, and then there's this little maybe 5-minute tag where it's like aftermath, and it is wild. Like, and then the movie's over, and you're like, whoa, okay. But I honestly loved it. I don't know if I'd sit through it again, but Joaquin Phoenix was so good and likable, and I can see why it was so long. And then I'm
like very convinced to go see this now, actually.
It's long. I mean, definitely and Justine checked the RunP app, and there wasn't a RunP app for it yet. But
what is that?
It's like where you can look at your phone and it'll tell you when to use the bathroom in the movie.
What?
It's called RunP app.
What the?
Did anyone else in the comments see this movie yet? Did anyone like it? I'm not looking at it.
Yeah, people are saying that they really liked it. Oh, okay. Well, you know why I really want to go see this? I don't know if you remember, I said that we have 4 kids here for the next 2 weeks that are very excited, and a really long movie that they wouldn't like sounds like a pretty good idea. A night out.
I love the vibe of it, and it is funny, and it is just like it puts a mirror to all of our faces of like, God, we were all insufferable during that time. But what were we supposed to do? We didn't know what was going on. But it is and it's triggering. You're like, oh man, that is and it's this very small town, so no one knew how to handle it. And
this is based on a true story?
No,
kind of?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's no way this is based on a true story.
Okay.
Because it
just the timing of it.
But I would really recommend it. It's long, but it's very watchable, and the performances are great. And I really like Ari Aster. So there you go. I watched another movie this week. I'll put it up on the screen in a second. My dad messages me the other day. I'm like, hey, I need to see Fantastic Four this week. Do you want to come with me? And he's like, no, thanks. Do you want to see Naked Gun? He's obsessed with seeing Naked fucking Gun. I'm like, I don't want to see Naked Gun.
You know who's a Naked Gun?
What?
OJ.
OJ was a naked gun. Not in this one. You did. Me and my dad saw Freaky Friday in theaters, like the original one. So we're gonna go and see Freakier Friday together. I'm sure it's gonna be terrible.
Oh, but I love that.
He goes, I might come over this Saturday for Happy Gilmore 2. So this is what I watched this weekend. I saw this. I hadn't invited him over, but he just let me know. I'll come over this Saturday to watch this.
I'd be sweating even more than I've been sweating lately. Like hot flashes. Oh.
So anyway, I told him a time to come. He arrived. There were dogs everywhere. He was in fucking heaven. He loves dogs. So we sat, we watched it. This was watching a movie with my dad. Every 2 seconds, who's that? And then I'm looking it up on my phone. You're not paying attention. Rewind it. And I'm like, I was looking at, and then I'm like, oh, this person was okay, pause it. You need to rewind. And I'm like, he's asking me questions and then getting mad at me. And then he's like, you're being rude. Why are you being rude to me? You don't have to be rude to me. I'm like, may I speak? The movie took forever to watch. It's also 2 hours. I could have cut 45 minutes out of this movie. Now, here's what I'll say about Happy Gilmore. My dad likes golf. I would say that if you know a middle-aged older man, or you know someone who likes golf, I've never seen my dad enjoy something. He enjoyed this movie more than he enjoyed watching Michael Feinstein concert with me. He was cackling. It was like watching a movie with my ex-boyfriend Rob.
He does not strike me as like the Adam Sandler humor type at all.
Like he's a golfer. So he was. I mean, he was in heaven because there's so many cameos in this movie, and there's cameos from every person. Every person with one line is a cameo of an actor. So that's why I'm constantly pausing, looking up who it is, and then I'll ask him a question. He goes, I'm listening. And he at one point he goes, I can't miss a single joke, Amanda. But he's being serious. I'm like, this is an Adam Sandler Netflix movie. Anyway.
I'd be like, can you just pause anytime you want to talk? Like I hate when I'm like trying to listen.
But then
give me a second.
Like, Amanda, turn it back on. He's just nagging me. Anyway, that's the whole thing. It was fun.
Yeah, you want to like pause it, let him say it, then be like, are you done?
But then he's mad at me for pausing. I was watching them. Then I went on a dog walk, and I'm like, oh, do you want to stay with the dogs? So I went on a dog walk for an hour, came back. He had watched Happy Gilmore, the first one, while I was gone. And he's like, this is a great night. This was just a wonderful night for me. Look, I don't think this movie was even made.
A wonderful night for me.
I don't think this movie was even geared toward people who love Happy Gilmore. It's geared toward, if you like golf, you're going to have a fucking great time in this movie. It was fine. It was good. It was fine.
I just don't have any desire to see it at all. Don't care.
Hey, my dad he's on this, it's been like, 6 months now where I'm seeing him every week. So whatever, beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
Yeah.
So check it out. I guess some people are very split on it. People are loving it on the internet and people are absolutely hating it. For me, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. I definitely could have cut 45 minutes out of it. But, and there's a really funny cameo. I guess I'll just say it now. It's not really a spoiler because I had to look up who it was because they're wearing prosthetic. But you know the Joe Flaherty character? That's the guy that's like calling him, he's the heckler character. Joe Flaherty. Anyway, there's a heckler character in Happy Gilmore, but now Joe Flaherty has passed. So his son is now heckling him. And then they have like this scene. And the son, wearing prosthetics, is the rapper Eminem. There's rappers all in this movie. A lot of rappers.
Marshall Mathers is in here?
Marshall Mathers. Yeah, he's in there. You want to know my favorite thing about, my favorite trivia thing about Eminem is that when he won an Oscar for whatever song from that movie he did, and Barbra Streisand, 8 Mile, Barbra Streisand had to read that, and I remember her just being very like, Eminem. It's just a strange person to read the winner for that. Anyone else?
My favorite ice cream is when her chef makes her vanilla bean.
What? Oh,
vanilla bean. I don't know. Just it's great.
Yeah. Oh, Julia, Amanda, you just described watching Breaking Bad with my late father. Oh, you mean who's that? Who's that? Oh, stop talking. I missed it. You got it. I was pressing back 10 seconds, like every minute.
Now I'm saying that, but that is me during any movie or like. Okay, so wait, they're the bad guy. That's the good guy.
Oh yeah.
Remember, I am the daughter of my mother who watched what's the movie, The Departed, who thought Matt Damon and who's the other one, were the same person. And she was thoroughly confused when they left and told my sister, she's like, I don't get it. He was...
Auntie Krista says, how did you not snap at him at some point during the movie? Oh, I don't know if you have a good relationship, if you don't have daddy issues, but when your dad has pretty much been absent for a good 15-year chunk of your life and all of a sudden he wants to hang out with you again, you kind of just take what you can get. It's fun. Fun to unpack.
Fun. Good times with golf.
Fun.
Anyway, TV alert. Okay, coming up, and then we're going to get into some Brown Town. Big thing coming up next month, right?
Yeah. What's happening?
It is called Fit for TV, the reality of The Biggest Loser. They're just going there and finally saying that all of the just unhealthy, torturous behavior, starving people, overworking them, overheating them, losing weight too quickly or not quickly enough was all insanity. And they even have Bob, right? Bob Parker, whatever it was, like one of the trainers or whatever, who I think he had like a heart attack or something too. He was saying, yeah, they were telling us like, no, go in there and make them vomit. Like we want them to vomit. We want them to shit themselves. The more, the better. And people were fucking near death during this. But people like even, I know, like I was like, oh my God, I would totally do The Biggest Loser if I didn't have to, you know, put on a humiliating swimsuit and spin around in a 360 and highlight all my fat. Yet Jillian Michaels never liked her.
But I kind of like her because she did quit because because she thought it was unethical. So I at least appreciate that. Yeah. She quit after that one girl came out and she was like way too thin. And like her and Bob were both like, there's like a clip of it. She comes out and she's like very thin. And Jillian looks like truly like horrified. I think she quit right after that.
Okay. Yeah, and maybe it's just like I wouldn't do well with a trainer like Jillian. I would be in fucking tears and quit, and that would just be awful. I don't. Her style doesn't jive with mine. Like I wouldn't do good at a boot camp fitness thing. I don't have the what's the word? Self-esteem.
Oh yeah,
to be berated by someone that I'm paying.
You don't want to trainer Bill to Janelle type thing.
No. Speaking of Janelle, you know what time it is?
Oh my God, it's time for Brown Town. Let's get into it.
Brown Town. Everything's waiting for Pooh.
Oh my God, did you guys hear the meow right at the end? Meow. I had Sully in my bedroom because I have to take him for a vaccine afterward, and I don't want him to hide. So he's in the bedroom meowing up a storm.
Oh.
Brown Town. Not a lot happened this week, but the things that happened. Oh, boy.
Don't do it, but you know we want to do it.
Right.
Oh, I love you. We're like the same person.
We're gonna get matching tattoos. You guys, I'm really excited about this. I need to like start like
AmandaJody1@gmail.com. Send us your tattoo sketches. Yeah.
Scotch. Where are we? Okay. So to start out, Christina is one thing, and then we'll move on to Salty Birches and what's her face? Janelle. What happened to that Mary thing? Oh, there it is. Christine is recording her audiobook. She's wearing a Plexus t-shirt. I find that a little bit annoying, but fine. But this clip that she released is her talking about, I gotta go. She's about to have that baby gate.
Oh, Cody, you want some granola? Granola, like granola bars, or like granola, or like celery granola.
What else does she say? She says
then
crackers. Well,
so Christine says in the clip, Cody had to go to talk to Robin about what? I don't know, my labor or something like that. Oh, finally,
These are the kind of, whoever her marketing team is knows what they're doing, because they're like, we need to just show them that you're gonna get shitty. You're gonna address the shit. And I want an hour on the nachos alone.
Yeah. Oh no, I want everything Christine say about it. Because I think, yeah, she's gonna say stuff that we don't know.
The nacho specifically, I know that it's like something kind of like it could be seen as something like, okay, we'll just get over it. But like that is so specifically abusive, and just everything surrounding it. That in particular is such a big deal to me. So I hope that she does spend a lot of the dress.
Well, as the wonderful, in my opinion, marriage family therapist, the Gottman method, look it up. It's great, whatever. They always say that, like, they've done all these studies, whatever. Long story short, they can identify in couples that if you have contempt for your partner, like, your likelihood of divorce and everything is like, it's something crazy. It's like 80 times more. And like that right there, the sight of this chubby girl with chili cheese nachos everywhere, to say I was disgusted would be an understatement. He has like contempt and disgust for her at that point. You can't, it's like when we say, when you get the ick, you can't go back from that. It is impossible.
And then the major part of that is not even that you have these feelings that you have. It's the fact that you then now wrote about it. You said
it. She's had double down.
Yeah, like, and thought it was funny. Continue to think it was funny.
Mother of your
think it was funny.
Children.
Are we going to do a book club? We're trying to figure out what we're going to do, because when we read the book, we did it on the lives like this, but then we were both thinking we can maybe do, we'll read a chapter on our live, like as if it was.
We'll read a chapter as an episode, then like recap it on the live, or vice versa. We'll figure it out.
But then we'll also there'll be 2 episodes a week on the book, because then we'll also go to Patreon and maybe talk for 40 minutes just about our thoughts on it, and then that'll be Patreon only. Great. Okay. So Christine, that's awesome. I'm so happy that she's gonna go low.
Yeah.
We can't really do shit about it.
Yeah. And as we've all learned through the last however many years, that as much as I love them, when they go low, we go high. It's not that world anymore, babe. Doesn't work that way.
That's why I love the South Park story so much, because they went low.
Sometimes you do have to fight back, or just lay it out there. Like, it's your time. You're allowed to say it too.
Era of petty for everyone.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's move on to salty fucking Birches. They put out some content this week. Just to start right out here, they're still not plugging in their goddamn mics, and that irritates me so much, because these are $200 microphones that they just bought for aesthetic purposes, and no one in their life.
I've had mine for 8 years or something, and it sits here with a Nintendo charging cord, whatever. Like, it has to be plugged in. There's no other option.
There's no plug for it.
What are they doing? Because it's not okay. So they're not using the microphones. They're not making a podcast. They're not even pointing the microphone in the correct direction, which also is just
they're pointing it at their faces.
God. And now they've done this like white sheet background. It's all jacked up.
Not ironed, and split down the middle. I'm like, are you filming a movie where you're going to be twins? Because that's the only reason you need a split down the middle of the screen. It looks like shit. Jen is wearing like one of their products is like a gray sweatshirt, but it reads as prison attire. Because it also the background is gray, so it just looks like she's recording from prison.
And Mary's wearing a shirt that says salty, but you can't see it because her microphone that isn't doing anything is in front of her.
Crazy. Yeah. Are we really expecting Mary and Jen to do anything correctly, even in a joking way? But no one in their life is saying, hey, there are about 7 million podcasters out there who are going to point out that mic that everyone has a plug.
Yeah. What is Salty Birches? What are you doing? What are you talking about? Where is this content going?
Well, I have some content here. Would you like to see it?
Oh, God, of course.
It's 48 seconds long, and you haven't even seen this one yet. There was one last week where they talked about liars. I don't like liars. They're meanies. Yeah. I don't know what this one is. I forget, but here it is.
We have standards, damn it.
100% have standards. And, maybe all those people who lie, and I say that because maybe they don't feel like it's a lie, but like
they'll lie about being liars.
They have standards, but they're not standards that align with my standards. And like, how do you do business with that kind of person, or
even
how do you figure out how to have a kind of relationship, whatever, you know, business or personal or romantic or whatever kind of relationship it is? Like, how do you do that when it's this constant thing?
No, it would make me feel like on edge all the time. I hate that.
All right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? What's happening? Oh no, hold on. You guys can't hear me, right? You can't. Can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me. Yes, you can hear me because I can just keep going. Okay, great. All right, let's keep going. I hate how big I am right now. Here, Jody's back. You know what? I'm actually not like freaking out right now.
I can hear you.
We're good. We're good. We're good. Yay.
What is that?
I don't know. Well, I'm scared to play the Janelle video now. Thanks for sticking with us.
Oh boy. You know what? Maybe we can just play Janelle like off of our phone.
No, I'll
Would
play
that
Janelle,
work or
but
no?
then I don't know why that happened. Oh, StreamYard. Look, what do you have to say?
Mommies are back. We're here.
Yeah, we're back.
Everyone stay calm. We are so proud of you. You know what? We're all here together. Yeah, we just breathe through it. We got through COVID. We can get through this.
I think it was
StreamYard's lying.
It was the juxtaposition of Salty Birches content and then going back into us muted. We were still better than Salty Birches, so that's why. Anyway, Salty Birches, it sucks, and I don't know what they think they're doing because they're not releasing full episodes or anything. But there you go.
But you know what Mary is finding? She's getting her groove back, baby. What'd she find, Amanda?
This, I mean, okay, she looks great.
Yep. Great. However,
she's okay. So it's her at Disneyland. She's holding a big D, like a stuffed pillow D, and she's making kind of a quirky face. And she said, "I went to Disneyland, and all I got was this big D with a bunch of laughing emojis." I think the giggles taking this picture was probably
she looks great. I gotta give it to her. She does love a choppy layer. But this is like, I don't, is this sexy? Like, does she think this is like a sexy, like, oh, I haven't had sex in a long time. So like, oh, I must be like a virgin again. Who wants to come and get it? What? I don't understand like the end goal with branding herself like this, if you will.
Because it's like, well, are you going to keep? Here's the thing. Also, she wants to keep her private life private, but then, so
what's she going to do when she fucks?
Well, I think she has fucked. She fucked that Amos guy, didn't she?
Well, I don't think she has. If she's like, oh, Mary just keeps looking for that big D.
How many people are still in the Worthy Up group? Does anyone know?
Oh, I don't know.
11, and they're all people like admins.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the thing with the Worthy Up. Now, the way that she should sell this Worthy Up is truly to be like, you know, when I, for example, I was listening to Corey and Carly this morning, and they were covering one of the chapters in the Becoming Sister Wives book. And they were talking about how Mary in the book said something really shitty about Janelle. Like, you know, in order to protect Janelle, I'm not going to say certain things, which is really like saying Janelle was really shitty, but I'm just not going to tell you what it was. That's a shitty thing to say. Mm-hmm. She, like right now, she could be like, you know what, for example, like I am worthying up. I've realized in the past I've said things, and I can understand why that would come across as manipulative or hurtful, but that's where I was in that headspace. And then I realized, I don't know, the people around me were influencing my ideas, and I needed to think for myself and worthy up that. Like, there's so many ways she can spin this, but she's not. And then she's not explaining what she means by it.
Mary said, D. Matina says, Mary said they were already calling themselves Birches before Cody called her friends salty bitches. He didn't call them salty. He just called Jen a bitch, right? Or he called them.
Yeah, ditch the bitch or something like that.
They were already calling themselves Birches. You're 50-year-old women.
It's so funny. You can't say bitch.
God, and you're not even like religious. Well, I guess Mary is more kind of religious. Okay, fine. Whatever. Listen, let's move on to the bell of the ball, shall we? Can we? And maybe, okay, so we don't know what happened with the audio there. Can I ask you guys really quickly? When I left the room and then came right back, could you immediately?
I could hear you.
You can hear me the whole time when I came back. So maybe we play it and then we'll
take turns.
We'll take turns leaving. But maybe first let's break down what we're about to see here. I watched this as I was walking my dogs, Atticus and Walter, in the rain. Once again, it was delightful. I stopped where I was and I just recorded the whole thing. And I was like, this is like everything I could have asked for. And it kept going. And she kept checking off points here.
Yeah. Janelle, just classic. And I also, do me a favor. I'm sure your eyes are going to do this for you anyway. Eyes on that backsplash, as it always is. Madison's backsplash.
Let's go through what we're going to see here. She's going to start talking about
Janelle. Jam tomorrow, jam yesterday, but never jam.
I tried to make that our Instagram story song. They don't. But she's talking about jams. She's talking about peaches. She says, "Who knew?" At some point. Then she's
millions of peaches.
I forgot to take the skin off the peaches, so you think the story is going to go somewhere, but then she's like, turns out, doesn't matter. Does that. Then an immediate second story. And she goes, guys, so I'm back. And about the peaches. She's going on to the peaches. She's like, for anyone who was asking, I'm using this product. She's like,
I'm not even sponsoring it.
If you guys want to check it out, this is my favorite product. I'm not a sponsor, but this is it, you guys. This is it. Never says the name of the product.
She's flipping her hair. And again, Amanda, you can't convince me that she is not like has her phone like with the camera facing her, like as she does her thing. Then she's like, I don't think she knows like she can actually look at what she's doing, because it really is like. And then she like reaches for something and you see like a cabinet.
Then at the very end, she's going to show us the jam and the big reveal. There's nothing in there. It's a scraped clean pot. And she's like, here it is. Then it ends.
What is apparently jam, but we'll break that down after. And
sure.
Let's all cross our fingers.
If the sound goes out, I'll leave and come back. And then if the sound is still out, we'll just cut to the break. And you guys maybe take care of it in the comments. Tell everyone.
We know. We're all adults. We're going to figure this out.
We'll just do a bye-bye. All right. Here you guys. Again, this is the most perfect thing Janelle has ever posted. She's been working up to this. And away it's called Janelle Jam.
So I have been making peach jam today, and some peaches. I got peaches this year from the peach truck, and I cannot tell you enough how happy I was that we did that, because peaches might be my favorite fruit. Anyway, so I made jam I just made a batch of jam. We've been having crisp and eating a lot fresh, but I just made jam. And I'm going to tell you, oh, my mother would die. I left the peels on because they said you could. I just cut the peaches up, put them in the blender, made kind of a puree, and made my jam that way. Oh my gosh, so easy. The biggest, hardest thing is getting those blanching those peaches, taking those peels off. I thought it actually tastes better. It has a prettier color, tastes more peachy, and they say it's got more nutrients in it. So who knew? You could leave your peels on when you make your peach jam. My whole life might be changed. For those of you who do canning or jam, you know that makes it big, big, big. Hey, it's a follow-up because everybody's asking for a recipe. Honestly, okay, so Maddie and I have made some jam this year. We've tried all the different kinds of pectin, the pectin that you get in a bag that you measure out. Like we are sold, sorry, this is not even sponsored, nothing. Get the peach truck. This is our favorite pectin to make jam with because it works. And so blending the peaches up, I saw in a couple other recipes I was looking at. So that's how I knew to do that. I could leave the peels on. This recipe didn't talk about it, but you go to their website. I used that recipe, and I'm gonna see if I can show you. Hold on, if I can just, if I can see how that is so beautiful, right? It's just gorgeous. Anyway, peach jam.
You're muted. You are muted.
I'm muted?
No. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Okay, we're all good. It was Mary.
It happens with Mary's video, but now Janelle's.
I
love it.
I was involved somehow.
I love that everyone in the comments like fully loves this and appreciates this.
You hit every mark, guys.
I mean,
Pills.
Who knew?
The polo, the follow up, and it says Poyo up.
And yeah, what brand was that, Janelle? And yeah, I just went to the website.
This is my favorite.
There's a
this is my favorite
HTTP link, and you just go to the website, get the recipe, and
you
also
see the jam. Here it is. There's a little bit on the spoon on the ladle.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not sure that they actually made jam in the end. Something tells me that like it's more like a Jello consistency than a jam, and that like Axel's gonna go for some peach jam on toast and just take like a full Jello shot where the peach is in his throat.
Well, Jody said to me, she's like, she made Jello, and I was like, this is our texting, and then I was like, oh, she made Jello. I'm like, she started out talking about jam. And Jody's like, oh no, I'm just saying it looks like Jello. And I was like, see, it didn't even faze me because I could see Janelle posting a story where she starts off talking about jam and then the story ends with
Who
Jello.
knew?
No sequiturs.
You can make Jello with gelatin. Who knew? Oh my God. And the part where she's like, oh, my mother would die. I'm like, all right. May God rest her soul.
Yeah.
She's already dead, Janelle.
She did. But you think it's going to be some story where like, oh, the jams were, she's like, turns out you can. Who knew?
Yeah. And that like, she's like, oh, you have to like steam them and then peel them. And like, couldn't you just, now I've never canned peach jam before, but couldn't you like peel them while they're not hot and then?
I don't know. I've never made jam. Daphne makes jam. Every time she comes over to my house, I'll be like, I need 2 more jams, please. Assorted flavors, please. She's constantly making jam.
Also, those peaches are just, there are billions of fruit flies in Madison's house because there are just peaches rotting away everywhere. And the amount of like peach preserves or peach things, I bet you we're going to see like a little wintertime treat where she takes some of that peach jam and puts it on some, maybe some vanilla bean ice cream.
I'd love to see her make ice cream. Who knew? I mean, that would blow her mind. I mean, she's just so perfect and just everything about
Again,
it.
backsplash, I'm sorry, but like Madison and Caleb are going to have to fix this shit before they sell because they went with the subway tiles horizontally and then they just start filling in vertically and it is a mess.
Yeah, that looks bad right there.
They should have gone with like white grout or
a lot of jam connoisseurs in the comments, Jody.
Oh, really? Oh God. Okay. I cannot wait to go back.
They know their peaches. Hey, guys, if you're just listening, you want advice on jam, come over to our comments.
Okay. I'm going back because I missed the jam talk, but like I would love to
Kathy says, I would never consider eating food from any of this family. Not for. I said to Jody, I'm like mixed by.
Kathy, I'm with you. Yeah, it's like not eating any of that jam, babe.
Mixed by Axel and his disgusting hands.
I mean, like
you know it.
Axel's kind of a mush mouth, and like, didn't they have like a Thanksgiving one day? And he was
buttering the turkey and oiling the turkey.
He was like, putting the butter under the skin surface. And I think he had like a cast on at the time, so like all the loose Legos and boogers were just like falling out of it into it.
She is clearly watching Super in the past, and she's letting 88 keys, weighted keys. I have a yarmulke.
Girl, I am screenshotting this.
Weighted
Done.
Keys, weighted keys is important. All right, they must have great immune systems by now. Yeah, unlike.
Are you calling me fat, Wendy? I need weighted keys. I'm just kidding. That's amazing. Thank you.
All right, well, that's a
pinnacle of Janelle. That was amazing. I just want to leave you with two things this week. Real quickly. I found this throwback pic someone had thrown up on Reddit, and
Robin looks heinous.
Robin trying to mimic J-Lo's infamous dress is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Everyone looks horrible. Cody looks the best here. Janelle
Christine in her tank over the white. Janelle's just like, oh no, I looked good enough.
Robin looks the stupidest. She looks like she's wearing a costume.
Hysterical. It's so fucking funny. It's like one of those Real Housewives of Orange County sky tops or something. And last but not least, guess what is on I'm not a crumble cookie fan, but for some reason I just love like following what flavors they release and shit. And guess what's coming out this week? Cookies and cream tres leches cake.
Everyone get to crumble.
Check it out and let us know. But everyone, watch out. You might get hit by a stick.
The sheer volume of pico de gallo. Hashtag tacos. Hashtag involved.
Dad.
Hashtag husband. For some reason, you're frozen. Oh, no.
Next week, we're going to be here. Same time, same place. Right, Amanda?
Yeah, and
Monday, Noon Central.
So the DVR alerts we have right now is the Yogurt Shop Murders, which comes out next week, maybe on the 5th, so maybe the week after. But then what was the one we just did? Oh, the fat thing.
Biggest Loser.
Yeah, Biggest Loser. Yes.
Yep.
No, the fat thing.
Be lit.
So do your homework and check out Eddington. I'd love to actually hear your guys' conversation about it because it lends to conversation and it does a good job of not making anyone look too horrible. Except on keeping
we have a confirmation that Robin's shirt is from Kohl's.
No
of
way.
course.
No.
Hashtag Kohl's cash.
Hashtag Burlington Coat Factory. That's where that Sneha woman was last seen in 9/11.
Oh, hey, letting the days go by. Gifted 5. We love to hate everything. Podcast memberships. Oh my God, amazing.
On YouTube. You guys can join us on YouTube too, by the way. Thanks. Oh, and one last thing, check out our Patreon, all that shit. But please, guys, me and John are starting to really blow up over here. It's kind of scary because there's a lot of people we don't know. Everyone's being very nice. It's a very interesting, different demographic, and I'm loving it. But it'd be nice to see you guys over there. So every Friday we do a live stream at noon Mountain, 2 Eastern. You guys check. Sometimes Jody jumps in there and we just talk about and just like that. And we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna go back and do Sex and the City season 4 once this is over. But it'd be so nice to see you guys in there and come and say hello. We'll shout you out. Is that everything for housekeeping? You all know what to do.
I think so. We love you. Have a great rest of your week. But we'll see you soon, Wally.
I got to take the cat to get his vaccine now. But Walter, are we done?
Free vaccines in Canada, probably.
Oh, vaccines for everyone. We love you guys so much. Have a wonderful week. And, you're all adults. Bye-bye. Well, guys, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for joining us today on our We Love to Hate Everything channel. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like or even a comment and click on that bell if you want notifications because you never know when we might pop up and go live. Please check out our other 2 podcasts on Patreon where we snark on even more TV, movies, and pop culture. We got Total Request Podcast. That's patreon.com/TRPod. And we love to hate TV. Patreon.com/love to hate TV. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.